have been looking at it intensively in the last weeks, and it was very helpful that because of the specificities of the Iberian Peninsula, that it has been introduced in the Iberian Peninsula. So we had kind of a field project where we could get some experience and aggregate data. These data have helped a lot now. We've gotten the data from Spain and Portugal to model potential European models. And there are, as I said, it really merits to look deep into it. There are two topics that we have to solve if we apply it on a European level. The one is getting a bit technical, but the model says we will cap gas so that the price of gas defines at a lower level the price of electricity. But there is the real price of gas on the market, so you have to compensate between the real price and the cap price. And this compensation takes place through the consumers who use gas. That works in a national environment. But if we put that on a European environment, you will have a poorly balanced support from gas consumers, because you have member states where there are a lot of gas consumers and you have member states where not so many gas consumers, because these member states have, for example, renewables and nuclear power. And therefore, we have to sort out, all of them are benefiting from the cheaper electricity. But in some member states, more has to be paid to have this cheap electricity than in others. Therefore, we have to sort out how are we leveling this topic. And the second topic is basically the same mechanism, as we are well interconnected with our friends and neighbors, UK, Norway, Switzerland, Western Balkan, for example, Eastern Partnership. This cheap electricity would also flow there, and we have to look at how we're going to solve these questions that occur with that. So get me right, I think these interconnections are very good. So we're lucky that we have them. It's good to have this energy union, this wide energy union, but we have to tackle these two questions before we can go further with this model. You want to add something?
Maybe also one consideration was that in spring it was clear that we cannot allow us the increase of gas consumption. Now, we have been able to fill our underground gas storage, but it still doesn't mean that we have gas available in abundance. So whatever we will propose, it has to be aligned with a saving obligation. We cannot create higher demand for gas.
Yeah, if I add that, I mean, this whole, you're right, you were asking also why now and not in spring. In spring, the ground was not at all prepared. We had empty and not very nicely filled storages. You might recall that Gazprom had under-delivered intentionally, of course, as we know today. So their storages were basically empty. We had no storage filled for the winter. We had no infrastructure for common purchasing or pooling or common saving. We did not have the element of the windfall profit, but now we have a much better bolster or fundament on which basis on which we can start now with, for example, capping elements, because we can tame the risks, because we have prepared for this winter.
Thank you.